Hi, I'm Chris Giles, the Technical Director of Havilah Resources. And today I'm going to run you through some of our recent drilling results, which were just reported to the ASX for our Mutooroo Copper-Cobalt-Gold project, which is 100% owned by Havilah and lies just southwest of Broken Hill. Mutooroo contains roughly 12.5 million tonnes of sulphide ore with quite high copper grades of 1.5% and as well as cobalt at 0.16% plus significant gold. The deposit has both open pit and underground mining potential. Back in August last year, we signed an exclusivity MOU with JX Advanced Metals Corporation, which is a large Japanese non-ferrous metals producer. And our study program with JXAM has been making steady progress. And just prior to Christmas, we completed a 35-hole, 7,511 metre drilling program as part of a 2 million drilling program that has been funded by JXAM. This drilling was done with a combination of RC pre-collar drilling and diamond core tails using a contractor diamond drilling rig. Drilling rigs look much the same, but the RC drilling rig produces these chips every metre. They're collected and is generally a much faster method of drilling. The diamond drill rig produces this diamond core, and we've sent some of that off for metallurgical test work. Now, the drilling results that we've received over the last couple of months, and which we just reported, are generally very encouraging. And there's two groups of results. Those that lie north, this yellow line, lie outside the existing JORC resource, so they're in new territory. Those to the south lie within the existing JORC resource. So the holes of particular interest to us are these ones which lie outside of our resource, because any good intersections we get there could potentially add to our resource and hence improve the economics of Mutooroo. And out of the last batch of results, the highlight, I guess, was this hole here, MTRCD283, which returned 10 metres of 1.59% copper, 0.14% cobalt and 0.29 gram per tonne gold from 151 metres depth. Now that follows hot on the heels of a couple of other holes which we reported earlier, namely this 260 and 278, both of which had very nice intersections. 278 had 21 metres of 1.6% copper, 0.18 cobalt and 0.31 gram per tonne gold from 122 metres. So this collection of holes here is looking very promising for addition of new resources. And once we get the complete results in the next week or so, we'll update our JORC resource model. Now the holes here, south of this yellow line, are actually drilled within the existing JORC resource envelope. So they don't actually add to the resource, but they're certainly confirmatory. And in general, the grades and widths of mineralisation that we achieved in these new holes here were mostly comparable with the published JORC resource grades of 1.53% copper, 0.16% cobalt and 0.2 gram per tonne gold, and mostly over mineable widths. And interestingly, these northern holes up here, which are outside the resource, generally had significantly higher gold grades than the resource average of 0.2 gram per tonne. As you'll see here, 0.36, 1.35, 0.29, 0.31, 0.39 gold. And that's really positive for us, especially given the present high gold price. The more gold we can get, the better. Now this is a long section, so it's along this line here, but specifically in this northern end. Now long section is so called because it follows along the length of the ore body rather than cutting across it, and you can get good insights from that. And so from this we can see the various holes we drilled and how they relate to the existing resource envelopes. So this is the inferred resource envelope here from previous drilling, indicated resource envelope, and measured up here. It's a bit hard to see, sorry. So you can see these holes here were drilled into the existing resource, and as I said, they don't add to it, but they certainly confirm the mineralisation that we've already got there. But these holes out here, this cluster of holes here particularly, is really interesting because they lie outside the resource. You can see they're out here in no man's land, and therefore logically you'd expect good intersections here as indicated by the pink and the red colours that we'll be able to, when we update our resource model, we'll be able to include them and maybe substantially add to our resource. Now these two holes here, 281, 282, they had lower and thinner copper intersections, but it was made up to some extent by the fact that they had fairly abnormally high gold. So, for example, 282 had 1.35 gram per tonne gold over 5 metres, which is probably the highest grade we've got in any drill holes out here. So that compensates to some extent for the lower copper grades. The important thing is that the mineralisation in these holes is generally above 150 odd metres, so it's potentially able to be mined within an open pit. Anything below this is certainly be underground proposition. So in summary, the JXAM's 3 million study program at Mutooroo is achieving its planned goals, and with excellent drilling results to date, as I've just described. We expect to have all the outstanding drilling results shortly, and following that we'll undertake a new resource estimation for the Mutooroo deposit and see how much additional sulphide ore tonnage can be added by these new drill holes, those in the north that I've talked about. The metallurgical test work and engineering studies are well underway, and they're expected to be delivered in March. So during the next few weeks we will be completing all the site rehabilitation, carrying out some downhole electromagnetic surveys in the deepest holes that we recently drilled, and we'll be looking for sulphide mineralisation at depth that can be tested by future rounds of drilling. So for example, we'll be dropping a downhole EM probe down this hole to 250 odd metres, and with the aim of seeing what's lying out here. If there are conductive sulphide mineralisation here, which will be conductive, we should be able to see it from the downhole EM probe, which will be going down these deepest holes here. So that will give us an indication of a drilling target down here. So that's happening next week. So as always, we acknowledge the support of JXAM for this drilling program, which has been very beneficial for Havilah and building resource. And we think that their specialised melting and refining knowledge and the expertise they have in this field makes them very well positioned to maximise the recovery of other valuable components in the Mutooroo massive sulphide ore, like, for example, the cobalt and sulphur, and that's beside the mainstay copper concentrate. And they have a very integrated business and use a lot of copper and other products. As always, if you would like further information, please visit our website or drop us a note. And until next time, that's it for today. Thank you.